Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy, comedian Romeo Mack. Here we got a special episode. This is the Lawrence Villain Podcast presents comedy commentary. I am your host, comedian Romeo Mack, and today I am joined by a special guest, UFC. I want to say UFC future champion. You know what I'm saying? Tresean Gore. What's good,
What's up with you, bro?
man? Nothing, man. It's been a long time coming, man. I was trying to get you a while back, but you know what I'm saying. I know you had some stuff going on, but I'm glad we got to make it happen now.
Yeah, for sure, bro. We busy men on the grind.
Yeah. So I'm gonna keep it short and brief. I know you're training for your Bo Nickel fight, but we'll get to that later. But for the people that don't know, like where you from?
I'm from South Carolina, man.
Okay, what
I'm from
part? My
South
family
Carolina.
from Carolina.
I'm from Little River, man. I'm from like a little town called Little River. I stay right by Poplar, Longs. Uh, people in South Carolina, they know what that stuff is. Conway, um, and I guess you could say North Myrtle Beach too. So I mean, yeah,
Okay,
I stay by like near those areas down there in South Carolina. I used to stay there, but I moved to Georgia with
okay.
$600 with my wife.
Ooh, and it's crazy because I moved to Georgia, and I feel like this is one of the places where you could do that. Like you just said, like
Yeah,
come through a little bit, and a lot can happen.
it's a lot of opportunities here, man.
Yeah,
For sure, it's a lot of opportunities in Atlanta, Georgia. And it was a bigger gym there where I knew I could get better, and I did what I had to do to get here.
exactly. Hey, being from Carolina, you got any roots like from Gullah or anything like that? Like them Gullah
Nah,
folks?
but I got people all over, man, in South Carolina and Charleston and all that,
Okay.
and I got a lot of Geechee speaking friends, so from
Okay,
South Carolina.
yeah. Cause a lot of people they're like Gullah what? I'm like, y'all know about them Gullah folks, man. Then they don't play. They know how to live
Them
off the
boys,
land.
yeah, them boys, you know what I'm saying? That's how they talk. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people like that, man. But
Uh,
I'm not Gullah myself. Nah.
oh, I thought so because I seen you with the fishing and stuff. I was like, oh, he know what he doing. He know what he doing. You know what I'm
That
saying?
just come from growing up on the water. You
Oh,
know what I'm
okay.
saying?
Well, speaking
Yeah.
of growing up, yo, what got you into martial arts?
Um, I just got a obsession with it when I was like really young, like 9, 10 years old. My mama used to sing "The Man Right Here" to me when I was like 5. Like always sick of me on grown men. Hey Trey, she messing with me, and I had to go fight. You know what I'm saying? Like I just at 10 years old, I started being obsessed with karate and
Right.
Bruce Lee movies and Dragon Ball Z and Naruto and all that type of stuff. And like, I just fell in love with fighting and I just started getting an obsession with wanting to be the greatest one day. And the reason why I started training is because I want to be the greatest of all time. And I wrote that down in my journal when I was 14, when I was in juvie.
Mm.
And I've been believing it for a long time, and I've been working hard toward it. And I'm just trusting in God and putting in the work.
Oh, okay. Well, I do want to ask you a question since you did bring up anime. I don't watch anime, but we are around the same age. I'm 31. I think it's funny because a lot of people like my friends and stuff like they watch anime, and I see like you. I want to say Jared Cannonier said something about it, and like Izzy, and I'm just like, oh, like it's funny how like everyone in our age category be like liking anime, but at the time like it wasn't cool. But now like everyone doing it, and y'all out here applying it in real life. I be looking at it like, yo, that shit is
Bro, I
hard as
used to
hell.
be punching the school buses, like the school bus seats, like the Dragon Ball Z, like how they be.
Uh huh.
I used to do that. I used to do that shit. Like I used to love Dragon Ball Z like a lot. Goku was my favorite, and that's really I never really watched Naruto like that, so I'll take that
Me
back.
either.
But I watch I did watch Dragon Ball Z. That was my main thing, and
Yeah, I'm a
like
Gohan
I said,
guy.
watching Anderson Silva and Uriah Faber and all them OGs back there do what they doing. John Jones, man, it inspired me to go and build my own legacy.
Yeah, nah, that's true. One big inspiration for me was Rashad Evans because when
Yeah, he's good.
I think I started watching UFC. I think it came out. It was on Spike TV or something like that. But there wasn't a lot of black guys. You know what I'm saying. So I'm like,
Yeah,
which it was cool watching the Chuck Liddells and everything. But then you see like a black guy, you're like, oh, and then I'm like, damn, he got his ass kicked because he just doing. I assume that in certain black communities, martial arts wasn't the top thing. So I'm like, some of these people are learning later. But boy, by the time Rashad Evans came, I was like, this is a complete martial artist. He came through doing everything, whooping ass, and he's small like me. So man, once I seen Rashad, it was on.
Yeah, Rashad, bro, he was good back in the day for
Yeah,
sure.
I was like, oh, and then when he fought
Former
Rampage,
champion.
yeah, he's great. But
Yeah. So
so then you boom, you start training, you start doing this and that. You say you want to fight. So you finally get to your first amateur. Like before that, like how you feel? You're like, oh, I want to fight. I want to. How's that feel? Cause I've been training and I kind of I'm like I want to take an amateur fight, but I don't want to like fight for real. But I do want an amateur fight. Just like that's the point of training in my eyes.
I got interviews where I always say that I want to look like a pro as an amateur.
Okay.
My goal in this sport is always to be the best at what I do, and that's just it, bro. Like when I was an amateur, my goal was to look like a pro. And I mean, even though I wasn't perfect as an amateur, but I was a good amateur and I'm a good pro.
Yeah.
But now my goal as a pro is to look like, like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm about to go up, bro. Like everybody see my skills now and think I'm just gonna stay this way, bro. I'm 28. Like I'm about to go up, and it's gonna blow everybody's mind. So I'm gonna keep busting my ass and sacrificing.
Okay. I feel the same way. I feel like you're gonna do great things. I was watching The Ultimate Fighter, which is some people act like oh you watched. I'm like yeah man, that's like a reality show. If I'm gonna watch any reality show, it's gonna be The Ultimate Fighter. Why would they talk about all these other Kardashians stuff? I was like this is a reality show. They really fight. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, for sure.
I'm watching it right, and
Yeah,
they're like Duluth. I'm like, wait, what? I was like, Duluth down the street, man. I hit up all the homies. I was like, yo, we got one rider for us, dog. This is our new boy right here, dog. He finna do it. And then you was up in there
yeah, bro.
whooping ass. First dude, dog, you fucked his face up, like lumped his shit up. And I was just like, yo, son, what gym is around there? So I'm searching and everything. I'm like, yo, I gotta go check that gym out. Like,
That's just a piece of what I could do, bro. Like after I knock this dude out, y'all gonna really see
oh
my
yeah.
talent. But
Yeah,
I'm not looking past this dude. He's a good wrestler and stuff.
yeah, I want to get into that. So you're fighting Bo Nichols. What's that? The July? Is that the July
July
29th
8th.
card? Oh, July 8th.
Yeah.
And is this your first main event? I mean, not main event.
It's my
Main card.
first. It's not my first main card, but it's my first pay per view fight.
Okay, first pay per view. And you guys are opening, correct?
Yeah.
Now, I do have to ask you this because do you think the UFC is trying to use you as a, like a step, like oh, like Bo got this type situation?
I think that like I think Dana likes me and respects me, and he knows that I have the capabilities of stopping him. As a matter of fact, I got inboxes of him voice messaging me, telling me, I got the right attitude to get to the top in this sport. I was telling him I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck about Pereira, Izzy, none of them. I'm gonna beat all of them one day. I'm gonna knock them out. I'm gonna get my grandma right. I sent him. Showed him some things I was going through, and he told me to keep going. And right after that, right after both fought, I messaged him, and I asked him for that fight because, like, I don't give a shit who he is, and I don't care about them whether they're trying to feed me or not, or whether anybody thinks he's gonna beat me or not. I know who I am, and I know what I'm capable of, and I'm walking out of there at that W.
I feel the same way. I feel like the UFC. To me, I feel like this is gonna play out like remember when Darren Till fought Masvidal? Like Masvidal was a good fight and everything, but it was in London. Like they were trying to make it seem like Darren Till could just walk through, and Masvidal shocked them, and everyone was like, I was like, that's what you get for thinking you could just. I feel like the same thing gonna happen because I'm on Twitter, people on Twitter talking this.
The guy's a good wrestler. He's talented as a wrestler. He
Yeah,
has decent hands. He does good things. He definitely has came a long way for the amount of time he's been training. But like, man, I don't know, bro. Like this, I'm different, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm different, and when I touch him, he's gonna realize that this is not a college wrestling match.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like even if he does take me down, like Bruh, I'm a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. I know how to handle myself. I know how to get back up. I know how to damage you from my back. I know, like, I'm not losing. There's nothing that he could do to beat me. I'm watching out for his power. Everybody's like, "Oh no, he's just a wrestler." Nah, I'm gonna keep my fucking hands up and be smart, and I'm gonna counter him, and I'm gonna freaking be. I'm gonna time him, and when I strike my opponent, he will fall because it will be pinpoint and it will be accurate, and he's gonna fall. And when he falls, I'm gonna capitalize, and that's just it. I respect him. I respect his wrestling. He's gonna come and come at me and run at me hard, but I'm not an old man like the people he's been fighting, and I'm gonna scramble with his ass, and we're gonna fight. And I mean, let's just fucking go, bro. I mean, like this is gonna be a good fight. I think he's looking past me, and the people that sleep on me are gonna end up sleep, every single one of them. So they can just keep on sleeping on me, but he's gonna be sleep, bro. Like that's just it. Much respect to him. God bless him. But I just pray for his well being after the fight because he's gonna get hurt if he's not careful.
Oh, and we seen that last fight. That's the first time I was like, yo, he's about to do a fatality. I seen like Sub-Zero do that, rip a man's head off. When you
Yeah,
hit that submission last one, I was like, yo, finish him, finish out. Man, I was going crazy. I had my little lady in the bed and everything. She's like, I was like, yo, he from Lawrenceville, man. He rep for Lawrenceville. It's going down.
bro.
So
I feel like I got so much more up my sleeve than that.
yeah,
I feel like I got a lot more. I feel like I could do more. You know, I just got to go in there and do it, bro.
yeah. I feel like you could do. I seen you do a lot, like the Ultimate Fighter. Like one thing I didn't like, I wanted to ask you about this because people were acting like oh he's so cocky and stuff. I was like, what's wrong? I was like, he doesn't strike me as cocky, confident, but I was like, what's wrong with being confident? I'm like,
Because anytime a young black fighter talks
get him,
about
get
believing in
him.
themselves, anytime a young black fighter talks about believing in themselves, or a young black athlete talks about believing in themselves, they try to deem us as arrogant, and they try to deem us as cocky. But you got people like Darren Till, Conor McGregor, Bo
Talk about
Nickel,
it. Talk about it.
all these people, Chael Sonnen, and like all these people,
Dricus
they're praised
Duplessis.
they're praised like they're gods, but
Mm-hmm.
every time any one of us speaks with confidence, uh, people don't like it, and they think we're just arrogant, and they think because I never came off as arrogant. I just
I don't
always
think so
came.
either.
I came off as a guy that believed in my Lord and my God, and I always just went in there
Mm-hmm.
and just said, I'm gonna be the greatest one day. Like why they knocking me for chasing my dream?
Exactly.
But
I'm
I
like,
mean, yeah, racial. There is things, uh, like there is things like racial in this in certain areas.
yeah.
Like
Nah, I want to
like
talk about that. That was my next question. Keep going. Yeah.
Jamal Hill, like that dude's a comedian. He's like one of the funniest guys in the UFC,
Yeah.
and like his following should be way higher than what it is. And
They're
not
not
everything
they're
is
not
about
marketing
race.
him. Yeah, like they did Chuck Liddell. Chuck Liddell was light heavyweight champion. Why they marketed Chuck Liddell like a mug? Yeah, right. How come Jamal Hill's not getting marketed like that? But they'll
I
market
mean,
Yuri.
yeah, they'll market the crap out of it. But I mean, let's be real. Yuri's a marketable ass dude. That dude look like a Tekken character,
He's
bro. Like
marketable, yeah, but
he
not
look
to
like a
every
Tekken
demographic.
character.
Yeah, he really do. He
Like
really do.
when I saw him walking out one time, and I was like, bruh, that dude looks like a Tekken character. But yeah, bro, I don't think it's all about race. Like, but certain things about the aspect, like as far as my situation,
Mm-hmm.
they deem me a cocky black
Yeah.
young fighter. They
Exa-
didn't. They did. They but they like that shit whenever Darren Till says I'm taking over.
right.
They love that, but they don't like when I say I'm about to go out here and become champion and get my family out of poverty. Yada yada yada. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good though, bro. I'm definitely not gonna make this a racial thing though because I don't feel like it's all about race, you know what I'm saying? But at the same
Yeah,
time, it definitely plays a part, and
it
I'm
does.
not gonna sit here and act like it doesn't exist because yeah, we are still. I am still black in America,
Right.
and I mean, at the end of the day, like You know, like we have a lot of great equal opportunity now, but let's
Hmm.
be real, it has not always been like that.
Yeah.
So like 50 years ago, we wasn't even allowed to. I wasn't even allowed to talk dang on the other side. But now we brothers. We've been brothers and sisters. If everybody thought on the same page,
Yeah. I feel like things should be fair and equal. Things are getting better, but there's still room
for
for
sure.
improvement, because it's like the champions, like Aljamain. I remember Tyron
They hate.
Woodley.
They
Yeah,
hate him.
and I
They
was like,
hated
it's
him.
crazy. Aljamain, before when he beat Sandhagen, I remember everyone was calling him the uncrowned champ. He was the greatest. I'm like, how do y'all hate him from what another
The
man
main
did?
fighter that right now is respected the most is that's black is John Jones, and
Yeah,
John Jones deserves that respect because he's done been doing his thing for 15, 16 years. So and he still don't get the respect he
he don't
deserves. They still put Conor McGregor in his mentions.
all the
Conor
time.
Conor ain't even can't even be put in there with John.
Exactly. That's how I
But
feel.
but they got him on the same pedestal. They got Khabib on the same pedestal as John, and it doesn't make sense. Like Khabib defended his title what 3 times? John defended his title what 12, 13 times, and just
John
won
defended
another
his
title
title over a decade.
and
Over a
and another
decade.
title. Yeah, bro, for
Yeah.
sure.
And you know what? I'm glad you brought up John Jones because one thing I say, because we do a live broadcast for every fight, like on the Saturdays. Shout out to Totally Blitz and Blunts and Bourbon. Those are the guys I do like the podcast with on Saturday. But one thing I always bring up, I was like, yo, it's funny how in combat sports, other race will get shout out for other things like, oh, the Mexicans, they're good at boxing and they hit hard, and the Russian Dagestani wrestling. I was like, yo, how come they never say that about Black Americans? Like, yo, the Black American wrestling is top tier. As a matter of fact, it has beat the Russian wrestling multiple times. Like Alonzo Menefield, Joaquin Buckley, their wrestling never gets credit or their takedown defense. They're only known for knocking people out. I'm like, but if that was a Russian, they would be like, oh, look at the takedown
But
defense.
let's be real though. Like, let's be real. Like Joaquin Buckley and the guy you named. Who else? You
Uh,
got a name?
Alonzo Menefield.
Alonzo Menefield. Like they ain't wrestlers, bro. Like they're more so
No, no, no.
like they don't get the credit they deserve because they just don't got it. Like they don't got wrestling
No,
like
I'm
that. They
not
are.
saying them all the time with the wrestling,
But
but
I
even like
understand what you're
John
saying.
Jones,
I do
DC.
understand what you're saying. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like
yeah. Like DC. I'll give you a better example. Daniel Cormier deserved 1,000 more times hyped on what he got coming in. He's an Olympic gold medalist. I do believe Olympic
he's an
gold.
Olympian. I don't
He's an
think I don't think
Olympian.
he medaled, but he
Whether
still
it's
got
gold or
there.
not,
Exactly.
he's an Olympian. Um, and he deserved a ton more hype. But yeah, man, I don't even want to talk about all the racial shit
Right,
no more
right,
because
right.
to be honest, bro, like you know what I'm saying, like us as black people, it's up for us to get up and you know not be in no victim mentality, bro, and
Right.
not thinking like we got to get up and get it ourselves for our family, bro. We
Exactly.
can't expect reparations. We can't expect them to give us shit. They never gave us shit. So why do we like? Why are we gonna go out here and try to fight to get it, to get something given to us when we can go build our own? We go build our own on top of our own on top of our own, and like we got to change the narrative in our music too. We need to
Hmm.
change a lot of things about ourselves. We need to check ourselves like even the Black Lives Matter Corporation, bro, they should have been going to these black communities when kids was getting killed by our own people. We need to check ourselves.
Yeah.
We need to check all the music we listen to that promotes selling dope. My mama on dope, bro. My
Yeah.
daddy a dope dealer. That shit ain't cool. I done watched the dirty side of that shit. Oh yeah, I'm flipping this, I'm flipping that. Oh, to who? My mom? You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like it's a narrative that's evil, bro, and it's something that everybody think cool. But us as black people, we need to change. We need to rise. We need to put God first, and we need to go for our dreams and our passions, and we need to go hard for it, and don't let nobody tell us shit. Because at the end of the day, like only we are only. If we don't believe in ourselves, nobody else will. And your attitude is your altitude. And I don't care what hood you are in America. If you believe it, you can achieve it. You look in
Exactly.
that sky and you trust God and you pray and you work, He'll do it for you.
I believe it too, man. I believe it's about to happen soon. We're all doing so well now, and then everything's shifting away from what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like boom, there's a lot of black fighters now. Like when I said before, there wasn't like people are doing different things, like martial arts, for instance. Even me, I want to get my daughter in martial arts. I think that's a very important thing to have, especially as a female. I think every female needs to
Yeah.
have martial arts. But
Yeah, you should definitely train all your kids for sure. My baby already trained a little bit. He only 2.
yeah, well, good. That's good. I love seeing the little kids in the gym. I'm like, wow, look at them, man. They already in it. I wish I was at that age in the gym. All that thing I got worried about is going to school, hitting the gym afterwards. But
Everything ain't the same for us.
I'm glad you said the thing about your family too, because I don't glorify like a lot of drug movies. Cause like my grandma, she was like heavy on drugs and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm from New York originally, so all that American Gangster, that Frank Lucas shit, like that affected me directly. So my friends be like, "Yo, you never seen Scarface?" I'm like, nah, I don't. You don't watch Snowfall? Like I don't watch things that glorify that type of stuff. So I'm glad you said that. Like, yeah, we as people need to change. Stop liking what we glorify. You know, stop glorifying the wrong things. You know. Start glorifying the right
Bro,
things.
everybody is stuck literally in a in a place like it's literally like a damn like a bunch of sheep. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like instead of people being a shepherd to Jesus and letting God lead them, bro, they let the world lead them. They let music lead them. They let things that they see lead them around them, bro. And let me say this too for people that when they hear Jesus, they think he's white. Let me say this: Christianity it belongs to Africa, but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, Christianity belongs to everybody. Like. But I'll say this: the most big purest book is the Ethiopian Bible, and I'll say this: Moses' wife, the man that read the Old Testament, was an Ethiopian. That's the man that helped Jesus carry the cross. Simon of Cyrene was African. He helped Jesus on one of the most crucial days of his life. And I say this and I end this. Jesus' hair was like sheep's wool. His eyes were like fire, and his skin was like brass. This
Burnt
man that we see
brass.
that looks like, yes,
Burnt
yes,
brass.
this man that we see that looks like Luke from looks like Luke from Star Wars. That's not him. And
Keep going.
I'll say this too to the black people that's confused. Slave masters and all these white people that are Europeans, they did not create Christianity. Christianity was around before that, and they stole it from the Egyptians and Ethiopians. Do your research.
Boy,
I don't follow blindly. I know why. I had an encounter with Jesus, and if y'all want to have an encounter too, y'all just gotta talk and pray to him. And like I said, Christianity was around before Islam too. It was around
mm,
500 years before. Yeah, and that's just it. We don't gotta talk about no more.
okay.
But fact check me though. Fact check everything I just said.
Nah, I
And on
am.
top of that, Muhammad married a 6-year-old and had sex with her when she was 9. This is not stuff I'm making up. Jesus never did anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like Jesus was perfect, and all world religions acknowledge Jesus. Even atheists acknowledge Jesus. If you get in a wreck, you don't be like, "Oh, Buddha." When people get in wrecks, they be like, "Oh,
Oh my
Jesus."
God. Yeah, right. Jesus
And
Christ.
they don't even they ain't even religious. Come on, bro. I
Yeah.
believe in my Lord and Savior for a reason. I'm gonna rise. I'm gonna be champion of the world. I'm gonna show y'all, man. And that's just it. But I ain't gonna talk. I'm just giving y'all a little history lesson. But I ain't gonna talk about it no more.
I like it, yo. You should drop little videos every now and then. You could be like, I just seen that big George Foreman movie. Your career wrap up. You might want to get into that. Cause look, you got me already. You know what I'm saying? I like what you was talking. I heard what you.
I just realized, bro, that a lot of my brothers and sisters think that like I'm a part of some cult or think that like Christianity
Mm,
was made by a white man. And really and truly it wasn't, bro. It never was. It just was taken by Europeans, and Europeans try to use parts of the Bible to manipulate black people. And they did manipulate black people, and they did manipulate your Native Americans, but they did not create Christian. They did not create Christianity. As a matter of fact, before they even went over to Africa, Christianity was already in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Black people always say, "Oh, what were we worshiping before they came over there?" Jesus. A lot of us were, especially Ethiopians,
I
because
was just gonna say the Ethiopians.
Ethiopians were one of the first to convert. One of the first to convert. So when they came over there, we wasn't all doing voodoo rituals and stuff. A lot of us believed in Jesus,
Yeah,
and
and
I still believe in him, and I'm gonna keep rising with him.
I think what they call him
And I
Yahweh.
think
Didn't they call him Yahweh?
Yeshua, and
Okay.
his name Jesus. It got to Jesus because it was translated to Hebrew, and in Hebrew it's called Jesus, and
Mm.
it ended up being translated to Jesus. But it's
Right.
the same thing. Jesus, Yeshua, the same. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. My little brother, he's like a deacon or a minister,
Yeah, bro.
something
I
like
just
that.
wanted to educate some people on here and not just let it be about all just fighting. Like, I don't know who's gonna see this, but if anybody, I just wanted to just tell this to people that were confused about why I got this tattoo on my chest and why I rep so hard.
What
Because
is
when my
it?
father and my mother failed me, God never failed me.
What's the tat? The glare's kind of hitting me. What is it?
It's a tattoo of Jesus, the day he died on the cross for our sins, and it has Philippians 4:13 right beneath it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man, they gonna be. You gonna knock out Bo? He gonna look up and see that. He gonna be like, God, is that you? It's like, nah, it's Tresean. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, man. We're gonna just see how the fight go. I'm not sleeping on next guy. I just gotta go in here and be smart.
I'm. I think it's gonna be fight of the night, fan favorite. This is the people's fight. This is it. This is one hell of an open for a pay per view.
I don't think it's gonna be fight of the night, bro, because I don't see it being competitive. I see myself dominating him,
Yeah.
and and that's my goal. I want to dominate him, and if it is competitive, it's competitive. But I don't. I'm going in there to wipe him out, around the cage. I'm not going in there to yeah.
Yeah, you going to make a statement. Turn that boy to a mop. I ain't mad at you.
Yeah, bro. I'm not going there to try to get mutilated to go see my son. Nah, bro. I'm about to see my son just as handsome as I am right now with a beautiful wing. You know, that'd be my mindset. Like my grandma gotta see me like this if I get beat up. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like I'll be trying to get in and get out. I
Well,
don't get paid for overtime on my job.
exactly. He said the quicker the better. Well, I
Exactly.
believe you're gonna get it done. Everybody I know was riding with you. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Oh man, we gonna keep riding, dog. Like I, I never had like a athlete or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like come from like right where I'm at. So like to root for you, it's even iller because I'm like, yo, he's doing it for my city. Because I've never been a sports dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't watch basketball. I don't watch football. I like to play, but I never rooted for a team. But I always liked how a team, like the people, they really get into their team. Like here in Atlanta, I don't care if the
Yeah.
Falcons never win. They really love you know what I'm saying? So like now it's like, oh man, this guy's coming from, you know what I'm saying? He's repping the city. Like I'm really behind. I'm like, I get it now. That hometown hero shit. Oh yeah, man. We behind you, dog. So we know you're gonna get it done.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah. I'm
Got
put,
to, bro. I appreciate it, dog.
oh yeah, no problem. In a wrap up questions. In a perfect world, when do you break into the top 5?
Um, I'll say, man, by the end of this year, that's my goal.
By the end of this year, this your goal. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect world, when do you become champion?
Um, the middle of next year.
Middle of next year? Well, I'm gonna hold you to it, sir. I'm gonna circle on my calendar.
I want it, bro. I mean, it's easy to say these things with your
Yeah.
mouth, but of course, you have to go in there and perform and be the best you could possibly be when you fight. You know what I'm saying? So I believe I'm gonna be victorious. I don't have no plan Bs. I always stick to plan A, and I don't know what God has planned, bro. But I will say this: like I trust Him, and that's all I could do. I can make my own predictions on when I'm gonna get this and when I'm gonna do this, but really it's on God, bro. When I get what I get, but I do believe I'm gonna be the greatest one day, and I do believe that the people are gonna know I'm the greatest, and they're gonna know that my strength comes from God. So that's just my goal, and either top five or at least top eight, top seven by the end of this year.
Okay, I believe it, and I'm riding with it. I don't want to hold you too long. Do you got any? I know you got a merch website. Do you want to shout out? I don't you do like some type of watch party situation thing too?
No, I used to do that, man.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't work with those people no more.
Oh okay. Well, hey man,
Yeah, man.
you're more than welcome to join my watch party anytime. You know what I'm saying? We're live every Saturday. Tune in, y'all. Next Saturday, I just got my copyright strike lifted, so I'm back, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'll be back next Saturday
Man,
live right here on YouTube.
I'll be watching fights and studying film and shit, man. I probably won't join, bro.
No, it's okay, brother. I was just
I'm a
joking.
loner when I be down here in Dallas. I'll be just focused on my task.
Well, I hope you accomplished everything that you trying to do, and I feel bad for Bo because he about to take his first loss. Sorry, that's
He
just the way
got
it
to,
goes,
bro.
Bo. And they say Bo knows. Well, Bo don't know tonight.
He
Bo
got to. He
Bo
about to
won't
definitely
know.
take a big
Bo won't know no mo. That's I'm put that on a shirt. I'm put that on a shirt. I might wear it that night. You know what I mean?
I respect him though, bro. I respect him, and that's why I'm gonna beat him because I do see the things that I see the things I gotta watch out for. I don't think gives me the respect I deserve. So like that's why he's gonna take a really bad loss. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference.
Yeah.
You never look past an opponent ever,
Well, he's underestimating the wrong one.
especially one like me that can put you unconscious with one punch. You know what I'm saying? Like so, it's all good. Uh, but yeah, bro, I appreciate you having me on the show for real, dog.
Oh man, I appreciate you saying what you had to say, representing for us, people of my city and people of our, you know what I'm saying, background, ethnic background. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everything you said. I like the knowledge you dropped when it came to the Bible and everything, man. You're a very smart dude, yo. You're very
I
smart.
appreciate you,
Yeah,
brother.
like I that's one thing I'm gonna take away from that. I'm like, yo, don't sleep on that man. That boy smart now. He like Superman. Put some glasses on him. He's smart.
Thank you, bro. I
Yeah,
appreciate it,
man. You know
dog.
what I'm saying? Yeah, and then that's
I
also
got
cool.
a lot of things knowledgeable as far as my what I believe, but I don't. I just don't like to force it on people. You know, I can't force people to believe it, but I could tell you that like my life changed from what it used to be. I changed, bro, and I'm doing everything that like I'm a great father. I'm a husband that never cheated on his wife. Like I'm in the UFC. I'm so blessed, bro. I'm so blessed. I'm rising higher every day. I'm watching God answer my prayers. And I went through some struggles. I went through seasons of pain. I slept in my car in winter with my wife, but bro, I'm telling you, bro, he done transformed the way I think, and that's why I believe so heavily, bro. There's no way a nigga like me that come from crack and poverty should just start randomly thinking that I'm gonna go be the greatest ever.
Right.
I know it was divine influence on it. I know it was because every time the UFC used to come on, I used to get goosebumps every time. Goosebumps, bro. Like whoa, like almost like when a bat signal be in the air for Batman.
Right.
It's
And the
like
villains.
dude, whoa, the bat signal was calling me, bro, and I'm here now. I
Did
answered the call.
did you pull are you like heavily inspired by like the Mike Tyson story? Because yours, I don't know everything, but it almost sounds similar. You know, with the upbringing with the mother, and then because
I'm more.
I heard him say like before, like man, like I came from this and I became like champion, and now I'm here and you. I'm like, yo, that actually, dang, this guy's about to be a you know, if he gonna do just like Mike Tyson, cause you're already on track and you killing. I'm like, you're gonna be a great champion, and just like Mike Tyson's very smart, he educates and stuff. I'm like, oh, I wonder if you pull any inspiration from that, because that's
I
a
respect Mike Tyson a lot. He's a pioneer,
yeah,
I don't really follow him as much as I follow people like Sugar Ray Robinson or
okay.
them. That's my favorite boxer of all time. Um,
Roy Jones
I
right here,
also
dog. Roy
I
Jones.
like I like Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather has a very similar story to me.
Okay,
Um, but he had his father. That's the difference.
right,
But it's a lot of fighters, man, that overcame like all the shit they was going through outside of fighting.
right.
And I'm one of those dudes, bro. I'm not about to lay down and cry because of my circumstances. I got to get up and keep leveling up, bro, until I can't level up no more.
Well, you're definitely a inspiration, man. Like you're younger than me. You inspire me. Like I said, I seen Lawrenceville, and I was like, man, he's doing this. Like, hey, I need to get up and train.
Bro, you ain't seen nothing yet, bro. I promise you, you haven't seen nothing yet. I'm gonna keep rising. This is gonna be a nice finish. The next one's gonna be a nice finish too, and I'm gonna just keep rising, bro. That's all I can say. And man, Lord willing, man, I back everything up I say because it's up to God, man. I'm doing my part though, and I'm working. I'm putting in the work I got to put in.
Yeah, well, you guys heard it here first, yo. This is the Lawrence Villain. This is the comedy commentary. I'm comedian Romeo Mack. That's Tresean Gore. Man, we're gonna keep you in our blessings, man. I mean, we're gonna keep you in our prayers, man, and stay blessed
I
up.
appreciate you, dog. You
And
stay blessed up too, my dog.
we will holler at y'all next episode.